Okay, well, hello. Buenas tardes, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to do something different here for videos. And normally, in the last few semesters, the videos I've done have been using my various Apple devices, whether it's been my iMac or whether it's been my iPads and recording outside. But over the fall semester, I took a workshop at the with the San Diego district at the at Miramar College on how to use the Camtasia. So basically, the way this works is that the uh, the software is going to be recording what's right there on the screen. I think it's comparable to what the Cell Khan does with his famous nonprofit, the Khan Academy. So anyway, this is the first time I'm using this. Hopefully this works out well. And I think for future videos, I'll use Camtasia on a couple of other occasions. But for sure, I'll have on some of the other videos where you don't have to look at Blackboard, especially when I give videos about the jazz assignments, the Ken Burns Jazz Assignment, then most likely those videos I'll be recording outside, and most likely some of my fuzzy friends will make an appearance. All right, well, listen, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the EBSCO article review assignment, and right now, what you see in front of you, of course, is the announcement section when you enter into Blackboard. We're going to leave Blackboard and go into the Grossmont College LRC, the library database website, and we'll get into EBSCO together. But first, let me quickly go over a couple of guidelines on the assignment worksheet. So I've got the assignment worksheet printed out. So I would definitely suggest that as you're watching this video, make sure you have the assignment worksheet with you. So whether you print it out in paper form or you've got it somewhere on one of your mobile devices, you've got the PDF format on your iPhone, on your iPad, or on your Galaxy, or maybe maybe using another computer, then definitely. So as long as you have access to the assignment worksheet, while this video is going on, then you'll definitely be in really good shape. But just a couple of quick housekeeping items about that. I'm not going to go over everything about it. You can definitely review the information on the assignment worksheet. But this thing's going to be due in about 2 months' time, so April 24th. That's the due date for this thing. And and basically, like with a book review, it's going to be half. It's going to be a combination of a summary and commentary. So not only talk about what the article covers, but also give your perspective, your perceptions, your opinions, your analysis. And I would definitely suggest that if you have a balance of about 60% to 40%, or upwards of 75%, 25% of a summary versus commentary, then you'll really be in great shape. And definitely avoid the case where the majority of paper, upwards of 90-20%, is pure summary, because if you do that, you tend to defeat the purpose of what the assignment is all about. So make sure you have plenty of opinions to say about it. I have the parameters in terms of the more of the breakdown on the assignment worksheet. And one final note too, please everybody, make sure your paragraphs are well written, well constructed. Make your paragraph length within the range of, I'm talking about each paragraph here, of roughly 1/2 to 3/4 of a page, and maybe upwards of 7/8. So not quite a full page, but if you get upwards of, say, 7/8 of a page, that's fine. But please avoid paragraphs which are very short, only have about 2 or 3 sentences, or very long of one full page or a page and a half. I've seen that many times. So please, everybody, as long as you avoid those types of things, I guarantee that it's going to ensure that you'll have higher scores. And other parameters, other nuts and bolts things about the assignment itself, I'll of course talk about during the course of the video. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the Grossmont LRC website, and to do that, let's click what we have right over here on the course menu. Let's click Grossmont LRC database list. This takes you directly into the Grossmont Library website and all the databases. We're going to be using films on demand for the Ken Burns Jazz video. So when I start giving you videos about that, I'll have another. Or when we start getting closer to the Ken Burns stuff, I'll have another video about how to get into films on demand. But EBSCO is our big thing today. So at the very top, let's click E. So we get all the E databases, and we'll click the third one. So make sure you click EBSCO. Don't click eBooks on EBSCO host. That's not the one that you're going to use. You're just going to click basic EBSCO. Let's go ahead and click that. All right, and of course, here's where we put in your basic information. So let me go ahead and put in my information first. So of course, it's Oscar.Canedo, and of course your password. This is a password that you use to get into your Grossmont or Cuyamaca College email account. So it might be a little bit different than what you use for Blackboard. So just be aware of that. Make sure you use the account that you have for the Grossmont Cuyamaca System Network. All right, we'll click login, and that'll take us directly into the EBSCO section. All right, so first things first, let's set our limiters, our parameters, our search limitations, which will narrow it down in terms of what we're going to be looking for. So first, right off the bat, everybody, let's make sure that we click the Boolean phrase search mode. That's a very popular, a very standard search mode, search process. We want full text articles, so let's click full text. Scholarly, of course, that means these are things that are checked off, that are reviewed by colleagues, by scholars from across the country. So let's say if someone from UC Riverside has a pretty good article about World War I, and his work is checked off by colleagues from, say, University of Michigan, Columbia, Rutgers, Florida State. Professor Velasquez is a great up-and-coming scholar, blah, blah, blah. His new way of looking at things is revolutionary. You get the idea. So when you have colleagues have glaring reviews about what their other colleagues are doing, that's what's called peer-reviewed. So we definitely want peer-reviewed journals, which basically indicates that these are things that academics across the country and into Canada and Europe too are recognizing. Okay, publication. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few moments. So let's skip that for now, and then let's skip down a little bit down to special limiters for academic search premier. We want academic magazines, so we want to click periodical. So let's click periodical, and want to make sure that our articles are at least 8 pages. So to do that, we click the arrow right here for number of pages to indicate greater than, and then hit a 7. So of course 8 is greater than 7. All of you know that, of course, from your middle school algebra, your 6th grade math that Miss Johnson taught you way back when. So again, just these are the only things you need to look out for in terms of your limiters. So periodical greater than 7, which of course is 8 and above. Scholarly journal, full text, and Boolean. So we're ready to go ahead and start searching. So let me tell you a little bit about the topics you can explore. Obviously, anything within the scope of the class, whether it's the American Indian Wars, one of the things that we're going to be getting into, or in fact we're probably right into right now, the Gilded Age, immigration in the 19th century with the arrivals, of course, of the Southern and Eastern Europeans, and also, of course, a lot of Asians coming into the Pacific, across the Pacific. World War I, progressivism, the Gilded Age, populism, Spanish-American War, on into more contemporary topics like Vietnam, the Cold War, JFK, LBJ, the New Right, Ronald Reagan, Watergate, Bill Clinton, and even into terrorism. So people like George W. Bush and also Barack Obama. So those types of topics. So anything within the scope of the class, within the time frame, feel free to do that. So let's choose a topic that we're looking at with one of the early PowerPoint programs. That is the issue of Chinese immigration. So let's go ahead and enter that right now. We'll just put the general term. And we're ready to click search. So let's click search and see what kind of results EBSCO gives us. All right, everybody, 264 articles, and all these articles, the vast majority, it looks like there are 8 pages or more. This one here by Sarah Friedman is 21 pages. To know what the page length is, you just look at the entry where it has the number and the P, short for pages. So 21P, of course, is 21 pages. This article by Song Hee Kil, I think it is. Yeah, K-I-L, Kil. This is 15 pages. The one right here by Katie Lane, this is from the Southern California Quarterly Journal. This is 28 pages, and choice 4 is 12 pages. So that barely comes in, or just barely goes over the 8-page limit. So you're thinking, well, that's great, Professor. These things look pretty good. I want to go ahead and use these. Can I do that? Not necessarily. That's because one of the things that you have to look out for in the assignment is you can only choose certain journals in which to select your articles. And by certain journals, I mean certain magazines, because remember, everybody, EBSCO gives you the various periodicals, the various journals. That is, it gives you a collection of magazines. So even though you're finding stuff in EBSCO, well, EBSCO Direct takes you directly into the journal. The article itself. Remember, everybody, all these articles are in magazines. So, like with the case of Sports Illustrated, you pick up an issue, and it's got articles, of course, about, let's say, Kobe Bryant's latest injury problems, the Super Bowl, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, and how the Clippers are an up and coming team. Maybe there's an article about hockey, about how the New York Islanders have really improved dramatically this season. So again, if you pick up a Sports Illustrated, a current one, most likely those would be 4 articles that will be listed in Sports Illustrated. Likewise, too, these all these journals have a collections of various articles. And to know what the journal title is, let's go back to the first one here by Sarah Friedman. You see the term here that's in italics, the slanted letters. That's the name of the journal. So it's Pacific Affairs. That obviously a more Pacific Rim-based journal, which talks about events happening in, say, China, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and undoubtedly I would imagine they would look at what's happening in Chile and Peru, Ecuador, and of course into Mexico and the United States, Canada. Um, mm, um, Canada, and also Russia too, because a portion of Russia, Siberia, hits the Pacific. So Pacific Affairs, that's the name of the journal here for this one. The one here in choice 2, Social Identities, that's the name of the journal. The one here by number 3, Southern California Quarterly. So you're thinking, well, these are I don't see what the problem is, Professor. It looks like these journals are okay. So can I go ahead and use these? No, because if you look at the assignment worksheet, you see that I have only a certain amount of journals that you can use. The journals are, and again, I'm reading off the worksheet right now, Journal of American Studies, Journal of American History, American Historical Review, History Today, Journal of American Ethnic History, and Journal of Policy History. What that means, everybody, is that your article must be from one of those 6 journals. So if you look at these 3, again, Pacific Affairs, Social Identities, and then down to Southern California Quarterly, these 3 journals are not part of the list of 6. So even though these articles might seem good, you can't use these articles. But not to worry, everybody, because even though this limitation might seem a little bit aggravating or frustrating, what you can do to help you out is, let's go ahead and backtrack to the search area here, and let's redo our search. But let's try something different. So let's click New Search. All right, so New Search, we'll click Boolean phrase again. We'll click full text, scholarly, periodical, and the number of pages greater than 7. And back up at the top, let's type in Chinese immigration one more time. All right, we're ready to search again. Not quite. Now, if you look here in publication, what this means is that you can enter the name of the journal or magazine or periodical that you want to look at. So what you do right here, everybody, is, let's say you do all of these things right here. You enter your topics, whether it's Chinese immigration, World War I, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, the rise of American conservatism, Ronald Reagan, Barry Goldwater, Richard Nixon, the list goes on and on. Once you do all of that, go back down here and type in the name of the journal, type in the name of the magazine, and let's say we want to go ahead and see what's in here under the Journal of American Ethnic History. So in publication, we type in Journal of American Ethnic History, and again, we got all our parameters already set ahead of time. So let's click search and see what that gives us. Okay, we've got 7 search results here, and of course, obviously, it's a much lesser number than the number we had previously, but look at this, everybody. All these articles, or the vast majority, are suitable for the assignment. This one here by William Senior, I guess, is from 2008. It's 37 pages, way more than 8 pages. This one here by May Nagai or Nai, this one is from 1998. It's 33 pages. This one down here is 27 pages, and the one down here at number 4 is 38 pages. So right off the bat, choices 1 through 4 you can definitely use for the assignment. You can definitely do your review on any of these articles. Now be aware, pay close attention, because even though we did we put our parameters in that we want stuff which is 7 pages or more, some for some reason on EBSCO, I don't know why this happens, but sometimes it'll sneak in an article that is less than what we wanted. So, for example, this book review here by S.F. Chung is only 3 pages, 3P. So obviously you can't do that. You can't use this choice 5. Likewise, you can't use choice 6. It's only 2 pages. And the one down here, choice 7, is 28 pages. So you got to be careful about that, everybody. For some reason, EBSCO does this quirky thing in that when you say, EBSCO, give me something that's 8 pages or more than 7 pages, for some reason, sometimes it'll give you the entries which will be less than that. So just watch out for that, everybody. When you're looking at the entries here, just make sure that when you look at where it says the page, the number where it's 38p, 19p, 20p, make sure that the number is more than 7, at least 8 and higher. Because when you see stuff that says 3p, or 2p, you can't use that because these things are less than 8 pages. So just watch out for that, everybody. Just some weird quirk in EBSCO that I guess the EBSCO guys haven't caught, or maybe one of the technicians is playing a joke or something, and just making life complicated for us instructors, and of course for all of you in the class. Okay, but again, there you have it. That's what you can do. And likewise too, if you go back again and do the same thing with Chinese immigration, but if you enter something like Journal of American History, or Journal of American Studies, or American Historical Review, you'll get similar patterns in that you'll find articles which, more often than not, 90% of the time, I would think, fall in the category in what you're looking for. In terms of the page numbers or how to read it, much of the stuff that you'll get will either be in full text PDF format. You can download this to your computer, or it'll be in HTML full text. So just be for some reason, some articles might be hard to find, and you won't be able to find them right off the bat. But as long as they say PDF full text or HTML full text, you'll have no trouble, and those will be the articles that you can use. And anything else I should mention here? All right, I think that pretty much covers it. So hopefully this Camtasia video clears things up. But again, the main thing that I would really suggest everybody is that while you're doing your search and you're putting in your search topic, again, whether it's Chinese immigration, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Watergate, Jimmy Carter, terrorism, and so forth, to make things a lot easier for you, enter the name of the publication. In fact, let me just backtrack, do one more search, or not a new search, but just go back to the search section. Put in the publication first. So any of the 6 journals that I have listed there, put one in there, and then just do a basic search. So this way, when you find the names of articles, more often than not, these will be things that you can use. So, but the only thing that'll be a bit of a bugaboo or a buggy-boo, as my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Taylor, always used to say, back in Kimball School in National City. We're talking about way back in the late 1970s. Again, the only buggy boo would be in that you might find stuff that will be less than 8 pages, even though you request something to be more than 7 pages. So just watch out for that. I think that's about the only problem that you'll have, that you might be running into. But for the most part, as long as you follow these guidelines, type in not only your search topic, but a name of the publication, again, from the list of 6 on the assignment worksheet, then you're good to go, and you'll have no trouble navigating through it. So I hope this video helps everybody. Again, first time I'm using Camtasia, and if it works out fine, then I'll have a couple more Camtasia videos throughout the course of the semester. But of course, I'll have some other videos too, as I mentioned, in which you'll get to see El Profesor, and maybe one of his fuzzy friends might come in and make a visit. So that's it from here. I hope this video helps. And once you start figuring out what articles you want to use, start letting me know. So I would suggest around the spring break time frame, about the latter part of March, start thinking about your articles, and then let me know what topic you want to pursue. Okay, everyone, that's it, and I'll talk to you guys again with another video real soon.